And fix my camera. Hello and welcome to the Friday, October 14th edition of the Contributor Comms meeting. This actually should be our last one before KubeCon because I am going to be out next week. So unless someone wants to run the meeting, this will be our last meeting.
Do we need a meeting next week? Do we feel squared away? Because I can run it if need be.
Not squared away, but nothing that a meeting would necessarily fix, I think.
Okay, cool.
Though we can debate that as we go through our items today, I think.
Fair enough.
Alrighty. I've got to do my code of conduct reminder. We have a code of conduct. Be excellent to each other. Be respectful of your fellow speakers and attendees. Go. All right, so diving into our notes for today. Thank you very much, Ray, for going ahead and putting something into the updates and big wins and for updating the attendees. I assume you did too. I was going to do something fun with this and like try to open up our repo and then have it 404 us. Yep. So our repo has been renamed. We are no longer the marketing team. We are the contributor comms team as of right before this meeting because we LGTM'd it right before getting on.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Ray, for getting this together. This is amazing. Oh, and there's that one too. Okay, we'll get into that one. Yeah.
So we need to update the README, obviously.
That is true. There is quite a bit of README updating that needs to occur. And also we need to do another round of updates to our team in GitHub, which has been on our list for a couple of weeks, but with KubeCon coming up, I certainly haven't had time to do it. So I figured that would kind of happen after KubeCon.
I mean, this would be something good to do during the contributor summit, since it's at least last I heard, maybe you can update us on this, Caslin. It's just a bunch of open spaces at this point, right?
I didn't get to attend the meeting on Monday because I was at an event.
Yeah, there are some open spaces. I was on the
There are definitely open spaces. I know they also did a CFP. I don't know if like they didn't get enough submissions for that or anything. There should be a few sessions.
No, these sessions are pretty. They got a good number of sessions after the last push, so I think in terms of sessions, though, it's pretty filled out. But there's extra rooms.
Yeah, like we could work on this at any point in time during, whenever, right? Like we could just say, hey, we're all not busy on Wednesday at 3 and we could just jump in.
Yep. I also added the note here about updating the README because we now have our team name updated.
Yeah, I'm forking it right now.
If anyone wants to help out with that, you would need to look for a marketing team. I know the charter is going to need updating as well, and replace any places where we say marketing team with contributor comms. Exciting. I was kind of half focused on writing that note while you all were talking about the contributor summit. Was there anything else there? I guess I should do update last meeting before KubeCon. I need to ask Bob to get rid of our other meeting.
Read me.
I'm not sure if we have a meeting on the schedule currently for KubeCon. If so, we need to get rid of that as well.
Probably
looks like we don't.
Oh,
actually.
we don't. Okay, good.
At least I don't have it on here. So just the next one. Maybe he proactively went through, or someone proactively went through and got rid of all of the
Probably.
all of the during KubeCon week meetings. Oh, nice. Thank you, Imran, for searching across the repo for marketing team.
Oh, beautiful. And sorry for the hammering.
All good. I'm impressed that we can hear it. Your setup is intense about that.
Well, it's literally right outside that wall. So
All right.
yeah.
It's still very light, so.
Okay, good.
For context, folks, one time Chris was having power washing done, could not hear it at all. It was very impressive. Okay. Ray put a hold on the PR about, oh yeah, because it has a marketing team. Frederico.
I thought I was going to have a needs rebase label automatically plays, but I saw it did not.
Yep.
So this would in turn recreate that marketing teams folder. So I put a hold on it.
Okay.
So
Frederico, however you want to handle that.
Yeah.
rebase.
I put a-
Yeah, I was going to ask.
Yeah.
I've read it just before joining, and I didn't really understood what was expected from me. So, should I change the content? Should I?
Just change the you could just do a git fetch upstream rebase
Yep.
Upstream to
Okay.
master, and I'll rebase that to your branch, and
Yep.
make sure just confirm that this is under the new subdirectory, the contributor comms. And if it's still in the
Okay.
marketing teams subdirectory, just remove it and move it.
Okay, understood. Will do.
You do a git move, git mv, that would
Yeah.
move it to the contributor comms folder. That will track it.
There you go.
Okay, excellent.
People actually trying to use Git to accomplish things instead of just deleting the issue and closing the issue and opening another one. What is that?
That's people who know how to use Git.
And me, because I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you got some options there, Frederico, for how you can
Yeah,
fix
no,
up that,
understood. We'll act
that
on it.
request. I was also looking at your request this morning. Any updates you want to give on it while we're at it?
Which
Because
one?
I know
Yeah.
the blog coordinator handbook.
Well, nothing new from my side. So I submitted that, and
I LGTM'd and approved it right
Exactly,
before
yeah, so-
Ray thankfully caught that.
exactly.
This is why
Yeah, but-
approving multiple things at once is dangerous.
This is what we're discussing, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
So
cool. So I'll just go ahead and needs rebase due to new name. You already had that up there. I should just put it with that. Lovely. So I'll delete that. As I mentioned, this will be our last meeting before KubeCon. I still need to ask Bob to delete our next meeting. I believe that was Atarfa. You wanted to share an update?
Nothing much. Just yesterday at 12:20 p.m. Eastern time, the social registration and the schedule email was out at dev@kubernetes.io and lead@kubernetes.io.
So this is a contributor summit email that just went out yesterday. Thank you, Atarfa. Much appreciated. Bob had pinged me about that the night before.
Bob
and
helped
was
me
like,
too.
Where is it?
We were just going to do a regular social and registration com, right? But then after drafting my email, I got to know that the schedule was also live now. So
Mhm.
Bob
That is
helped
also
me,
important.
yeah, mention it in the draft.
Lovely. Oh, one thing that Josh mentioned around that time was that we've had at least one or two people say something about attendance for the social if you're not attending the contributor summit, or yeah. So making sure maybe writing a tweet or writing a reply to that if we
Yeah,
just be aware that if we get any questions about that, you have to be part of the contributor summit to be able to go to the social.
there was a confusion regarding registration, I believe. So Josh was saying that we should also mention about registration. Only Kubernetes organizational members are allowed.
Right. Always good to mention. Cool. So if you're attending KubeCon, make sure that you sign up for the Contributors Summit. If not, hopefully next time.
No, he said folks need to be registered for summit to attend the social. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Mm,
The other point is also well taken.
yes. I guess the
Yes.
question is well, it's a personal question. Never mind. Did I register? How would I
That
go
is
and
an
verify
important thing
that?
to consider.
Yeah. Mhm.
I guess check your email. You might not have
Yeah.
anything. I'm not sure what the best way is to check your
Registration confirmed
status.
for EU. Well, that's not helpful.
Maybe you should register
Oh,
again.
registration pending approval.
Oh, okay. That should be fine then.
Yeah.
Cool. Any other updates, big wins? Any new items? I feel like I saw something and now I don't know what it was.
Are we good to go for Kubernetes tweets and everything?
No,
Okay.
very not. It's in the table, but
Mhm.
so this year we only had one new person volunteer and actually write some tweets, and they only
Oh.
wrote 3. They did put them in buffer, but they put them in the wrong time zone, which I keep forgetting to tell them, which we can fix, but like there's a lot that is not covered. I was talking with Bob about this yesterday, and he said he was going to block off some time and write some tweets. So as you can see, he did them in a different format from what we usually do. So what I usually ask folks to do is like, here is the maintainer track block, and let's just do an overview of what's happening with that block. Bob, with his excellent context of the contributor community, actually went in and checked for sessions that he thought would be particularly interesting to contributors and did specific session promo tweets.
Nice.
Also, one thing we were talking about last night is that we should probably do more communications campaigns around KubeCons to encourage contributors to write their own tweets promoting their sessions and submit them to us.
That's a good
Which
point.
is a great point. So Bob wrote some tweets. They are in addition to the ones that we already had listed for that we needed to get done. So there are a lot that are not covered. I noticed, Federico, you went in and grabbed ownership of some right before this meeting. And Imran, you did the same.
Yeah.
Much appreciated. So yeah, any help that you can give with writing tweets, we need them ASAP. I have 4 work days before KubeCon. So anything that doesn't get filled out, I will do my best to fill out and get scheduled, but it's going to be real tight.
So I have a question regarding this. So I saw the maintenance track. So the timings are not matching to the schedule we have, right?
Right.
I mean, I just
So
checked. Yeah. So it's approximate. So
you need, yeah, they need to be fixed up because I just
Yeah.
grabbed this from our old schedule.
I see. Yeah. Because I see
Yeah.
the first day maintenance track has only 5 sessions or 5 blocks, so but we have 6. So I thought of taking all the ones, but yeah, it's actually 5 only. I counted them, so
Okay,
it's probably
lovely.
5. Yeah. So I can fix it, right? So I'll fix them and update the time so that.
Yeah, much
Sure.
appreciated. When I first created this and presented it in this meeting, I mentioned that I didn't fix up the timing of the
Okay,
maintainer
yeah.
track blocks in this one. So
Mhm.
if you are looking to help out with maintainer track block tweets,
Yeah.
Imran and Frederico, you volunteered for those. Do watch out that the timings are not necessarily accurate. Go by the block 1, 2, 3, whatever. Make sure that you just cover all of the blocks. And
Okay,
yeah,
thank you.
if you want to fix up the time, please do. I'll also double check it before I schedule these. So main thing is to get those tweets written. And remember to always check out the example years. They might be helpful for you if you're having trouble figuring out what to write.
Mhm.
So KubeCon tweets. Desperately in need of help. Immediate help. Bob added some session specific tweets. Next year, we should run campaigns to inform contributors of how they can submit their own tweets.
Is that something we want to do this week? I mean,
I was
'cause
debating it because it's so close, but I'm
I
sure
know.
that folks who have sessions would probably still appreciate it.
right.
I'll submit
So-
mine.
Yes, please feel
Yeah,
free.
go ahead.
So I guess we should, if we
Like-
want to go ahead and send something this week, I guess do an email and a tweet, maybe a few tweets, 2 tweets, maybe.
Yeah, I
think?
would like do one today, one Monday, and then send the email today or Monday, you know, because we can tweet before the email if we really want to. Yeah, it's just a tweet, right? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
About submitting contributor sessions to Kate's contributors. Also a question though is, I guess we'll point them toward the GitHub repo.
yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if there are any issues with that, I know one of the other items we'll cover today is Imran has been working on fixing up the
Yeah.
validate command.
Hmm.
So if there are any issues that they encounter, we just need to keep a close eye on that for the
Mhm.
next week and make sure that we add any of those that are stuck to buffer. Just be like adding this to a different
Yeah.
workflow, closing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like don't try and fix the workflow, just add it to buffer.
Yeah.
So one of the interesting, I mean, maybe in the future, maybe for the KubeCon, you could get it done. So the connection between the GitHub and the buffer, you know, so which
Yeah, that would
so
be
I think
dope.
it'd be possible. Like I have some ideas as well since I was working something on this GitHub repo. Maybe we'll see how to get it done. I think Mofi also looked at some bits.
Yeah,
I was
he's
just-
working on some stuff there.
Yeah, I mean, the point is with this Zapier, we can't. Yeah, there is a possibility between this GitHub and buffer, but it's not quite smooth yet.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
Buffer once had APIs that you could directly
Yeah,
create
yeah.
those integrations, but they
Right.
got rid of them in somewhere between 2017 and
19, yeah, he
2019.
said 19 or something. Yeah.
And
And,
so they expect you to use something like Zapier to do any automation.
that makes
So
sense.
we'd
But,
have to
yeah.
make use of Zapier to do that.
But what I felt like we have we need to take the content, the tweet file, and then based on some specific merge to a main branch, and then we take the content file to the buffer. Actually, this I checked, at least it's not possible with Zapier. maybe we have to think about other solution. Maybe we could create some sort of RSS feed to Zapier. So that's possible. We can, with our automation, we can publish the contents with RSS feed, like some XML or something. Then it can connect to Zapier and put it to Buffer. So that was what I was thinking about.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, that's like content change and then pushing to
Yeah.
Zapier, and Zapier, but Zapier can take this RSS stuff. So
Yeah.
maybe this is one possibility. But yeah, so not the upcoming weeks, but we will try to at least by KubeCon, you will have this properly streamlined so that our workflow could be done. Yeah.
Yep. Next time.
Yeah.
Um, I fly out for KubeCon on Thursday, so anything that's not completed by Thursday, I will try to finish up myself. So get those tweets in as soon as possible. I will be working on them over the next few days.
If anybody needs anything over the weekend, I am here. I'll probably be in downtown on Saturday, maybe. I think a few people are getting together. But like, if you forget something, if you need something, just let me know. I can pick it up and bring it, kind of thing. Because there's like one CVS in downtown.
That sounds like an important point.
Mhm.
Any other updates and big wins that we want to go over in this last meeting before KubeCon, before we dive into our table? Alrighty. I think that means it is time to dig into the table. I feel like there's probably something we're missing there, but hopefully we'll find it. All right, coming back up to the top of the table. Hello, Hina. You're here today. So for your items, we were looking into automatically adding a comment that tags comms when the comms team label is applied. I think you've been out and busy, so I assume you haven't worked on this. Atarva was going to help out with this, and you're both on the call today. So,
well, I mean, I'm going to restart this. I had an unexpected travels and crazy work and a broken laptop. So now, so I'm going to set up
Ouch.
the new laptop. And then I'll get back onto this. I will mess something up very likely and then stress out about it. But this time I'm going to ping people in Slack and not just sit there in stress.
Yes. Please don't do that. Yeah.
But hopefully, finally, I don't know who's got a voodoo doll against me, but hopefully we can get this done.
Someone's had one on me for a year now, and I'd like them to let go of it.
We all
Only a
need to
year?
save ourselves.
Feel your pain. Yeah. Like, it's just been bad news since KubeCon LA for us. So
Oh man. Well, when everyone is back, I will sage. I've never actually saged, but maybe this is a sign in honor of
No,
everyone.
yeah.
who wants it.
can you sage over Zoom?
It'll work.
Promise.
I think it'll work.
Atarva,
So-
also any updates on this? Hina's going to be working on it. You all can connect.
Yeah, I had some updates regarding this.
Yes, please.
So I dig in some of the test infra repository, and I had some few interesting things to bring up. Firstly, do we really want to focus on just building up a solution where we just tag if someone tags label SIG ContribEx, and only for the people who are in this @contribEx comms, do we really need to do a solution where only they should get notified on Slack? Because we don't have a private group for only the members of @contributor comms. So we can build a solution.
You can drop it in the Well,
Our goal here is to make sure that when there is something that needs our team's attention, our team is getting alerted about it. Because currently, if like our label is applied to either an issue or a PR, because we added our GitHub team into the issue template, so that if someone creates an issue, we're hoping that that will alert us that someone created an issue that needs our attention. But people could
Through
remove
GitHub
that from the
only.
template, and that won't tell us if someone just submits a PR, because we
Right.
had a case where someone submitted a PR fixing some verbiage in our repo, and we weren't directly, like as a team, we weren't directly alerted about that PR. So we're looking to fix that problem with this, is we want to alert our GitHub team that something needs their attention in GitHub.
I think
So the good news is that there's a solution for that, but it is not just for user groups like our contributor comms user group, but there's a solution for mentioning channels. So in case a SIG is mentioned in the GitHub issue or PR, then there's a Slack message on that particular channel, which we can define. If there's a label for contributor comms, then we get a message for in SIG ContribEx comms. We can do that. But if we want to
that
build,
seems a lot easier than actually tagging the group.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm
So I
okay
was
with
just
that.
wanted to ask that.
I mean, we don't get a high volume of like issues or, pull
At
requests.
least not that we're aware of.
Right. Like I don't see them enough to like for it to be like a floody kind of spammy thing. So go for it, I say.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do have our
so-
own channel to
Right. That's the whole reason.
keep those
right?
two.
Like,
So
yeah. It won't
So,
annoy
okay,
anybody else but
that
us.
works. What?
It won't annoy anyone but us.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the goal, right?
Okay, then I'll work with that thing because building a full solution just for tagging user groups would be hard.
Yeah, I would say that's out. I mean, if it's not outside the scope, it's probably like past the scope though. Like next steps, maybe, if we could, if it's even possible, which doesn't seem easy from what I've looked at it.
yeah, would have thought that the GitHub thing would have been more straightforward than pinging Slack, but
No, it's not. Unless you
right.
got like an RSS feed or something on issues for just us, which would be hard, I think. Let me see if there's an RSS feed.
because you
here.
got to look for the label,
Right. Page source.
right? So Atarva and Hina, you all can work together on that. If you need
Yeah.
any help, let us know.
Also, Darva, you seem like a very well-knowledged person here. So I don't know how much I can contribute, but I can always jump on a Zoom and have a cup of tea while you.
Yeah, sure. I don't have any much experience with repositories, these big repositories. So yeah, we are on the same boat here.
Okay,
I can help if need be. Feel free to
Yeah,
pull me
yeah.
in.
perfect.
Sure.
I'll figure
I
it out.
believe in
Thing we
you.
are get up to.
Yeah, like we're all here, right? Like
Yeah.
just ping in comms and we can jump on whatever.
Sure.
Oh.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for taking on this challenge.
Right. Big
Much
deal.
appreciated. All right, so we'll move on to the next item then, which is KubeCon tweets. We've already talked about that quite a bit, so not much more to say there. KubeCon is imminent. If you have capacity to help write a few of these tweets over the next few days, please, please, please grab some and do so, because we really need the help.
Not to introduce new business in the middle of our table, but
That is a-okay.
Dims forwarded an email to CNCF TOC about the new code of conduct committee
Oh,
thingy that has spun up. So they're organized, they're putting together code, it's out there. I can forward you all the email. Actually, just go to the CNCF TOC list and I'll drop the link here. But we should probably be like, hey, do you want some comms about this or not? You know, because they are soliciting feedback.
That sounds like a good idea.
I can ping him. He's in Slacky McSlack.
Would anyone have capacity to take this on? You would need to.
I got it. I can handle it.
Okay.
I'll just ask Dems real quick.
Alrighty. You can figure out if we need comms and what we need to say, and then if you need any help with
Yeah.
actually getting those comms written, you know where to find us.
Mhm.
Alrighty. Any questions about KubeCon tweets, or we'll move into Federico's contributor tip PR?
So I've
I looked at this morning.
sorry.
I think I looked at this morning. No, I didn't.
Yeah.
This is not the one.
Okay,
is this?
I submitted the
Oh,
change. So according to the feedback that I got at the time, I made some changes to the original documents, and I'm going to solicit some additional comments to see if they are adequate and if they solve the main objections that were conveyed. And that's it.
Sounds good. Yeah, I did look at this one this morning. It looks like nothing has really changed recently, just
No,
soliciting more
actually,
feedback.
Well, it did change recently because I don't know if it was yesterday or today. I pushed a new version of the file, so it should be there.
Cool. Yeah. I noticed a notification about it, but it's also like not clear from the.
That's the one with the. So yeah, I need to go there and add a comment as a reply as well, saying this is the new version, and I addressed it like this and that. But if the new version has additional structuring around what was essentially already there, but in order to make some of the examples more. So focusing more on a couple of 2 or 3 use cases, and then just adding the rest as a follow-up.
Sounds good. Let us know if you need help. Granted, it's KubeCon, so.
Yeah.
So moving on to the next item then.
You'll be stuffing yourselves with the Detroit pizza.
Hopefully. Some
Good
of us.
stuff. It's my favorite pizza. Been all over the world. It's my favorite.
I like pizza, so I'm down to try that. Alrighty. So we'll move on to the next item, which is that we need to update the owner's file. We already mentioned that. Like I said, I at least will not be able to work on that until after KubeCon, so probably just wait on that. So I'll go ahead and move on to the next item. Updating the GitHub team. So there's 2 things. There's the owner's file and there's the GitHub team. I think we decided that it's just updating the GitHub team. Contributor comms GitHub team. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Also, probably after KubeCon. And I'll move on. Oh yeah, the Slack bot thing being still broken. Imran, you said you were going to try to look into that a little
Yeah.
bit. Were you able to?
So yeah, I didn't progress anything on that because, as I said, I need some access on it. So, but I chatted with Josh. So not yet. We haven't got any information on it. Maybe he's still busy. But I decided to. I have the source code, so I'll test it with my private Slack account and try to check what's actually failing and so on. So I just start doing something on it, so that it could be useful by the time Charles or someone reports what's the actual problems, I can able to map it and fix the problem. So that's the plan.
Cool.
I know the issue looked like when I was trying to use it that it's the bot hasn't been added to all of the channels. 'Cause
Yeah,
it needs
that's
to be like automatically added to all the channels. So
I
yeah.
think we have to add it. So what Rajula said was someone has to manually add it. So someone has the rights. Someone who is member of that particular Slack team, can add the channels, which I'm not in. So probably Josh is already there, so he can do that.
It would be great to
so
we
have
at
automation.
contributor comms team has the right to add bots, right?
Is everyone? It's another Slack team, right? I mean, it's a defined somewhere.
I think anyone can add it. Like you can go into a Slack channel and be like, add this person to this channel, right? So generally speaking, we should be able to add the Slack bot. I don't know what the Slack bot's user is. There's a couple actually that say Slack bot.
It's a post message. The bot name is post message. I think that's
The announcement bot. are we talking
announcement.
about?
Yeah. I'm talking about the Slack
That's
post
only
message. Yeah.
Is it's
only
like
at the
username.
contributor comms are able to do that. So you need to get added to contributor comms group.
Yeah, that's a separate group, right? Which so do you know, or where is that group? It's not a team channel. It has to be a separate group maintained.
Yeah,
group,
there's
right?
a Slack. Just a second. There is Slack config user group. So
I see.
that's where
Yep.
one
Okay.
can add.
So at least someone can add me. If otherwise you're a member, can you just add me? I'll just at least see if I could just see if bot is actually popping up. Then I can test something in privately and see what
Sure.
actually the issues. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
There's a lot of channels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Make it
manually
talk.
adding it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
I had a list of like, I don't know, 50 channels or something. I was going to try to alert for that contributor summit thing.
Ouch.
I was
Maybe
like,
we could also fix this stuff as a requirement for the upgrading this bot. Yeah.
Hmm.
So
some YAML definition we can add the channels.
Imran, did you talk with Rajula after
No,
whole
I
meeting,
tried
or-
to get him up with something, but I think he's not responding.
Okay.
So no.
Okay. So what exactly is the problem? What exactly is not happening here?
So that's the thing which I asked Josh as well. I think Kathleen mentioned in one of the meetings that his bot is not actually working. So I asked Josh if he could give me some feedback on what's actually missing. I think the bot is not in use. Let's say there is some problem which is hindering us to use the bot, which is one, as mentioned, manually adding to several channels. That's one thing. That feature is missing, and maybe something else. So I need to capture what's missing, and maybe. So meanwhile, we can. I think after the knowledge transfer, so we can also privately test with her.
So that means if I try to add a bot to our SIG ContribEx comms channel, it won't get added.
Not sure.
it means if you try to post a message to what I was trying to do is I was trying to post a message to a bunch of channels, and the bot was just like, you don't have access to this channel. So I would delete that channel, and it would be like, you don't have access to this channel, because it wasn't in any of the channels.
Remember that Google Doc that I put together for like random
Admins
stuff?
know
I need to
how.
find that and share it with y'all because it has the instructions for that, like adding
Does
the
it?
group to channel. It should. Pretty sure.
I
that's,
might have those in my bookmarks. Just let me see.
Yeah. Admin know-how. There we go. I got it. How to add a label to a repo, how to manage upstream marketing Slack team. Okay, yeah, that's all in here. Let me share it.
Yeah, nice. Thank
We need to put, and I think we have an issue to actually put this doc into our docs, but I just needed to make short notes to figure out everything.
It's not in the table.
Dang nabbit. It's shared with all of SIG ContribEx though. We should edit. I'll add it.
Yeah, because I don't keep track of things that are not on the table. Keeping track of work items is difficult,
Yes.
no matter what you're doing. Okay.
So just one more thing. So what's the problem? And we can just manually add that bot in that channel and it's done. So what's the not working thing?
Number
here?
one, I didn't know what the bot was called, so I couldn't add it to the channels. So step one, we've got that part figured out. Sounds like there's more to explore. So our current step is Imran is going to evaluate the situation and tell us what needs to be fixed.
Yeah, that's the thing. So I need to find what the problem is, because I think in one of the meeting, Castle, you also said like JAWS had some problems, which I don't know what.
That was just that was fixed.
Okay, that's fixed. That has nothing.
Yeah,
to do
we
with,
have
this
messages
one.
in our Slack channel where he mentioned what was the issue before and how he fixed that. I don't remember what it was right now. It was something that affected a lot of things. It was some like larger repo change that affected a bunch of stuff. So that's
Because
resolved, but still.
Yeah, we might be fixing a problem that's not there. So I was trying to understand what exactly the problem was.
Maybe
That
there's
is what
no
we're all
problem. We
trying to
just
do.
need to test and document so that it's usable for. I think it's not been used, so that's what I understand.
Yeah.
So, maybe it's hard to use or something is missing to use them quite often. So we just fix that problem. I think that's all. You don't need to change anything.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, we also need to update the Slack config user groups.yaml to say contributor comms, not marketing team. So I can say that now. Fix this. Crack open a PR real quick.
I dropped down to that item in the table, so I can go ahead and mention that. We completed the name change, but there will still be things that we've come across that say marketing team. If you find something, if you see something, say something. So what was the one you were going to fix again?
This is the Slack user group. You know how you tag like at contributor comms. It'll right now it will still say upstream marketing when it auto populates.
Right.
So
even though it's at contributor comms, it says
even though it's
marketing.
at contributor comms, it will say upstream marketing. So I'm fixing that.
Yeah.
All right, this leads to a clarifying question I have. I'm going through all the files actually that said has marketing team, changing them to contributor comms, but upstream marketing, should that also be changed to contributor comms? Okay.
Yes.
I believe it's also part of the charter as well.
Yes, it is.
It is.
Okay. So that should also be changed to contributor comms as well.
Yep.
Correct.
Okay. So like upstream marketing process is a header. So that should be changed to contributor comms process.
Yes.
All right. I'll make a PR too with all the changes that I see. I'm sure there's going to be more that's not going to be caught.
Yes.
Give it a go around.
Yeah. Our initial set of PRs was to address places where we have the URL. So we fixed a bunch of places that have the URL, and by fixed I mean broke until now. Now they are fixed. But the terminology we did not do like a cohesive PR for, so that will be all over the place.
Yeah,
And,
like it's gonna be willy-nilly. Like
yeah.
don't try and open a massive single PR that we all just add to, right? Like a bunch of small
If you see
changes is
something,
fine.
say something.
Yeah.
All right. Is it okay to do PR with like to change a bunch of files with just
Sure. Like if
Like-
you've got it all under control, like I would just say, like, do it a day at a time. Make sure you're committing at least once a day if you're like iterating on the list.
Yeah.
But yeah, like a mass change, like within community, easy. But there's other stuff out there throughout the code
yeah.
base that might say
I'm
upstream
just gonna do
marketing.
community for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One PR and everything else will be other PRs.
Cool. Awesome.
Much
That works.
appreciated. Feel like I say that way too much in this meeting, but it's so true.
Mhm.
Really
I've-
appreciate everything that everyone does for this team.
I have opened that PR for upstream marketing to contributor comms in Slack. That's Slack alias.
Wonderful. You should share that in our Slack channel. So
Yeah.
we all know
I'm
where it
going
is.
to. Oh, did I close Slack? Oh, no wonder my computer's running so good.
And just one more question. Should we title case contributor comms as we refer to like contributor comms team? We have it's mixed, it's a mixed bag of title case and a lowercase for marketing team or upstream marketing. I've seen both. Just should
I
we-
personally like title case, so I would do it,
I like
but
Yeah, like I would agree with that.
that's just my personal opinion on title case.
I mean, there's going to
Some
be
people hate
places
it.
in code where it's all lowercase, right? Like I get that. URL, stuff like that, all lowercase. That's fine. But yeah, like consistency with contributor comms, title cased, that'd be great.
Thank you, Ray. Those doc skills coming in handy. All right. So we have 9 minutes left. We'll do what we can to get through the rest of this. Events, as usual, there are still several PRs out. I know I haven't had a chance to go through and approve a lot of them, and I feel bad about that. I apologize. QCon. But we do still have out PRs on the events role. Josh had requested that we update this to the comms event lead name, and Avinash had gone through and made some changes last week after our meeting. So this should be ready for additional reviews. If anyone wants to take a look at the events lead, I think Avinash is not on today. Yeah. So, but that should be ready for some additional review. I think Josh was also interested in more information in the shadowing section, which I should talk with Avinash about.
So speaking of shadowing,
Mhm.
I would like to either A, find a willing participant, or B, train somebody on how to use and build sites with Hugo, because I can't be the only one that knows how to do this on this team.
Great opportunity there for folks interested in website management.
Static site
Technical
generation.
contribution.
So that would be go to the tech lead shadow, right? I mean, that's the place, right?
I think that person would count as a tech lead shadow if we wanted to
Yeah.
give them a title,
Mhm.
because those skills fall under tech lead.
I
You can have more than
myself,
one shadow. Right?
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Yes.
Athra, go
You
ahead.
can have more than. Oh,
You can have more than one
go ahead
shadow.
or you should.
Absolutely.
Done with my question. Now you can go ahead, Imran.
No, I'm saying I can also. I mean, I'm also interested in. So I did some part of the Hugo. I started with Hugo, so I'll also go with it. So whenever we have some tasks, fixing up
Be
with
great.
the
Yeah,
so
like,
I'll.
Even if you're like confused and you can just like, if you know the basics of Hugo, I can get you through the hard stuff, right?
Yeah,
Like
I think,
that's
yeah.
not a problem.
Yeah, I haven't done any meat stuff in Hugo, but I think. So I was just thinking maybe this could be a task like, so to sync the blog post, like, yeah, to also tweet something. So I think we don't have this stuff ready, right? I mean, whenever we have new blog posts coming in kh.io, kh.dev, we don't have a direct sync mechanism. So this is also RSS feed could help. And do we have
Sync
it or we
mechanism
do it
for
manually?
what?
I
For
mean, when a new
tweeting?
blog post, I mean, yeah, for tweeting, for example.
Yeah, that's already set up. Nigel and I got that set up.
Oh, you got it? Okay.
Yeah,
I see.
so
Nice.
it's yeah, Kate's blog, Kate's.dev blog.
Yeah, blog feed
We could add
XML, yeah.
other things,
Yeah,
right? Like it's just in Nigel's Zapier account.
Last week
which
in
we're-
Kubernetes
Okay,
development.
Oh yeah,
Content
last
city.
week in Kubernetes
Nice.
development is something we also tweet out. Yeah, but
Mhm.
for lack of a better term, it's in Nigel's personal account, which we're going to get paid and turned into an official ContribEx like Zapier thing.
Okay.
So
Okay, that so
Yeah.
that's the Zapier part we are using. So that's part. which
Yeah.
Okay.
RSS to
Got it.
tweets work really good because that literally
Yeah.
like that's how
Got
I
it.
do all my suggested reads and stuff on Twitter and
Awesome.
then, yeah.
So that's the nice way to
Mhm.
put the output here.
It's really clean because you can say
Mhm.
like it gives you the title, the description, the content,
Mhm.
right? Like you can form those tweets any way you want. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Mhm. Awesome.
The next role that is okay, so we got that one merged. So the tech lead role is merged. I had approved that last time. Merged. And then the blogging lead. I approved that last time, but we put the hold on it because of the name change issue. Cool. So we have 2 open role PRs, events, and blogging. Keep moving those forward. We have 4 minutes left, so kind of run through the rest of these. Creating a project overview page for the contributor site. Imran, any updates there? I think this is just kind of on hold, right?
So I maybe I can change this today. So as I said, so I got some inputs from what Chris said last time. So I spoke with Bob and I got some material from the external Lines gateway or externals. They're writing content for the course. So I will span out. So the code base tool is missing from their document. That part only I'm working on it. So I have some insight on it, what could be relevant, and also the architecture. So I'll extract the architecture and code base part from the document and make a section out of it to be useful for the dev site.
Make
So
sure
that's the
you're
plan.
make sure you talk to Craig Peters, who's actually building the scaffolding for the new contributor workshop and code spaces, because he might have some specific
Okay.
things he needs for that. So just touch base with him. He's around in Slack.
Okay. Yeah, I saw the Google Doc.
Yeah,
he's
there
also
you go.
assigning for one of the code spaces. Okay, I'll get in touch with him. Okay, thanks.
No problem. He
Yeah, it
he
takes
just might have
yeah.
some weird requirements for that. I don't know what all he's got going on because I haven't seen it yet. So yeah,
I see. Yeah.
easy enough.
Awesome.
Cool.
Good stuff.
Progress. As we know, the GitHub repo name has been updated. You see something, file a PR. 6 spotlights. Federico is still working on architecture and actually got some movement on security. Imran wanted to work on instrumentation. There are a few other people who wanted to work on some SIG spotlights. So Federico kicks off.
Yes, quickly. So the situation reversed a bit from last week. So we have some additional movement in SIG architecture, so with content being added to the docs file. Not a lot, but still it's movements, which is good. SIG security. I last time I got the attention of another share. And I've insisted. I'm still waiting for the confirmation that I can start with the interview, and that's the status for these 2.
Probably after KubeCon. Sounds good.
Yeah, likely. Yeah.
Imran? Are you still working on SIG spotlight for instrumentation?
Yeah. So I just started. So I just picked the SIG and just preparing and understanding and just going to the meetings, and it seems to be a bit Yes, I thought it's a lightweight SIG, but it has a lot of things going with a lot of working groups and so on. So I'm understanding the SIG to ask better questions. So that's
Sure. Sounds good. Anyone else actively working on any SIG spotlights in here?
Yep, I am thinking to work on 6 CLI.
Awesome.
Currently, I am understanding it. So yeah, I can work on it with a pace after coupon.
Sounds good. Excited to see you back, Arpit. If you need any help as you're pursuing that, let us know in our channel. I shared with you the resources for example questions and how to create the blog post and everything, right? So if you lose any of those, if you need any help, reach out. Sound like a plan?
Yep, there's one question like, what should be my approach to understand a SIG? Like, I am doing this for the first time. So what should be my approach to understand a SIG?
So the way that I did this when I did my last SIG spotlight quite a while ago was I reached out to the SIG in their channel. I said, hey, I'm part of the contributor comms team. I'm looking to write a spotlight on your SIG. Who should I talk to about it? Then I came up with kind of some general questions because I already knew a little bit about that area. So you don't have to know a lot about the SIG to write the questions. It sounds like Imran is going above and beyond with exploring his SIG and trying to create specific questions, but they don't have to be that specific. The example questions that we have in the repo are fairly generic. So you could ask fairly generic questions. Whatever you are curious about SIG CLI would be relevant questions. So you could go from there. You can start the interview without having deep knowledge of the SIG, would be my advice.
Yep.
Does that
It
make sense?
helps a lot.
Yeah,
Yes.
cool.
I've
And-
shared some
Mhm.
some
Maybe-
guidelines with Imran. And maybe
yeah.
and
I can
think mentioned-
I can forward to Arpit as well.
Yeah.
So or we can I can also
Yeah,
Arpit, you can also contact me.
I was thinking I will paste them right now in the channel.
Yeah,
And
maybe post them,
perhaps
yeah.
then reflect them on the posting guidelines.
Yes.
Mhm.
There's also specific information about specifically SIG spotlights in our repo. So if you want to create a separate resource for SIG spotlights, you can do that. But one thing to note is that your audience here might not know anything about the SIG, just like you. So make sure that you are learning interesting things about the SIG and your audience will too. Cool. Anyone else working on SIG spotlights? We're already 2 minutes over. I do want to check in on SIG spotlights before we go. Okay. Sounds like not. So thank you so much, everyone who is working on SIG spotlights, everyone who's working on anything. We really appreciate you. I think we'll stop there for now. I don't think there's anything particularly pressing down in here anyway.
I just want to update one stuff. So
Yes,
maybe we
please.
already touched on. Yeah, this validate command stuff. It's kind of
Oh,
a
right.
flaky thing. Yeah, so I just fixed it. So it could be an expression which I fixed it. I mean, fixed it means I created a PR. So I don't know if
This is the wrong one.
this is the wrong one. I created another new one. So if you check
Yeah,
the
I saw
new
it this
one.
morning.
Yeah. So yeah, but anyway, so if anyone, as we spoke today, so if newcomers want to use or anyone who's going to use the GitHub way of creating the tweets, I'll have a view on the validate and all the things going on. I'll have eye on it. So if anything if anything is broken, it needs to fix. I think my patch would work. So it's not very urgent to fix this one because it's kind of like it happens. I have not seen it happen. It happens very rarely. So it's still safe for the time being. So I think the expression has I think it's going, it's behaving a bit badly. So that's my my assumption. So let me.
Sounds good. Thank you, Imran, for tracking that down and for trying out some fixes on that. Cool. So we'll grab the right PR for that. Maybe also put it
Mhm.
in the channel in case anyone wants to take a look
Yeah,
at what you're working
I'll
on.
post it in the channel itself so that everyone can, it's visible for everyone.
Perfect. All right. KubeCon is imminent. If you need help with anything, post in the channel because it will be hard to get people's attention, as I know a lot of us are very busy with KubeCon preparations. And thank you all so much for joining. We'll see you all after KubeCon
Or there.
or there.
Yep. Or at KubeCon.
And I'm going to stop recording.
Joy.
Yeah, see you then.
Cheers. Bye bye.
See
Have
you
a nice
all
weekend.
around.
Bye.
In a few weeks.